Yo, yo, welcome to the open pit. I'm your man, Mr. C with the most. Getting ready to take y'all around the coast. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing this evening? It's
Evening,
Friday
evening.
Oh
Eve.
man, lovely, lovely.
Feeling good.
All right, coming to the stage out of Detroit, Michigan. We got Rod Dog. What's up, baby? Long time.
All right, man, what's going on? It ain't nothing going on up here in the D, chilling. Hoping my Lions get a W this weekend.
Is it cold up there yet?
Nah, we still got I guess some summer weather. We're in the 80s this week, so
Oh, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. All right, coming to the stage, we got T Money representing them Cowboys. What's
Yes,
up, T
sir.
Money?
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh man, another day above ground, which is a great day.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get into some injuries real quick before we get into the upset picks from last week. You know, we got Cooper Cup out for 6 to 8 weeks. They talking about Debo out 2 plus weeks. AJ Brown out 2 plus weeks. Isaiah running back for the Kansas City out 6 to 8 weeks with a leg injury.
Pacheco.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, Pacheco, yeah, he out. Then you got CJ Mosley, he out tonight with a toe injury. So a lot of injuries piling up. You know, Kittle and Ward in San Francisco, they sent out of practice with some hamstrings and stuff. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear all that stuff right now. CMC need to come on back next week. But let's get into the politics over here. Get into the politics. The first upset of last week. We're gonna end it with the last game on Monday night. Falcons over the Eagles, man. What's your thoughts on that? I'm gonna pass it to you first, T Money. What you got?
I look at it like this, man. When you have something that's going the whole game, why are you trying to change it up? You've been running. You was running with Jalen the whole game. It's 3rd and 3. Run the ball, even if you don't get the first down. You still got the clock ticking. 4th and 1. Hey, if you don't get it, guess what? Now that team got to try to travel all the way downfield to score a touchdown. Less time. They didn't. I don't think they had any timeouts left. So
Nah.
I just don't understand the play call. I mean, yeah, Saquon had it in his hands, but think about it. You're going to have more drop balls than you're going to have fumbles. Let's keep that real. You know what I mean? So I just think they gave the game away. And, honestly, it's quite all right with me. So that's how I feel about it.
Right, dog. What's your thoughts on it, man?
man, that first quarter, I knew something was going on when they got down in the red zone and they opt not to go for the field goal. And I said to myself, man, they're leaving points off the board, you know. And so what ended up happening, man, if you look closely as the game goes on, man, Atlanta Falcons started making plays. You know, I don't know whether the coach underestimated that Falcon team, but I tell you what, man, they got some dogs. ATL got some dogs, you know, especially when they get that running back going. But man, you can't let those points just go by, man. They that first when they were in the red zone that first quarter, man, they walked away with no points. I said to myself, oh shit, these motherfuckers about to lose a game. But yeah, man, when a young team like that, man, you got to get those points, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, yeah, man. That they've been doing the cush push all this time. They created the cush push. I'm like, why are you passing the ball on third? What was that 3rd and 1? I was at 3rd and 2. I'm like, I'm running the ball with Barkley up the middle or giving it to
Right.
Hurst. You know what I mean?
Well,
Let
again,
more time run out.
and then again, too, Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator. It's a Kellen Moore move. I don't think it was a Kellen Moore decision because before they got there, let's go back. Nick Sirianni was still calling those bullheaded moves last season. So nothing changed there as far as the execution of how they was going to present what down it was going to run or pass. But at the same time, I mean, you got to run that ball. I mean, you got to clock that ball to the point where they're not getting the ball back. And if they do, they've got less time to try to do anything. So I just think I get the play, though. You catch it first down, game over. I get it. But, you just put your team in that situation. And like my man said, you can't leave points out there. Go and get the 3. You in field goal range. You got a good kicker. Elliott is averaging, 50, 55 yards straight up the middle. So let's go ahead and get the ball. Get you some points.
Yeah, I don't understand that one because you run the ball, you got 40 seconds on the play clock. You can go ahead and milk it down pretty much. they want to get the ball back to like maybe like 30 seconds or 20 some seconds. You know what I
Right.
mean? But they got the ball back with a minute and 15 seconds, 50, or 20 seconds, and they went down the field and scored in 30 seconds
Yep.
Yep.
easily. You know what I mean? So
I think
yeah,
I was
that
just shocked too, Mr. C, that it was Kirk Cousins. Now, I've
Right.
watched Kirk Cousins for years on Monday
Never.
night games, and he's been horrible. I mean, to the point where with Washington, I remember those days with Minnesota when Justin Jefferson and the boys went in there. They could not win. He could not win a primetime game. So I was just happy the fact he went down and proved that he can score on a game-winning drive. So shout out to them, man. I mean, the Falcons, like I said, they got a squad. They got some dogs. They just got to execute. And I'm mad they pulled out Bijan early too. Now I don't know what was going on there if he was hurt, but Tyler Algier was getting a lot of carries towards the end of that fourth quarter too.
yeah, it cost me $50 because I got that bet with Larry at 25 on each game. As long as both teams lose and win, we break even. My boys lost, his team won, so that was $50. So you know what I mean. But I didn't see that one coming. But they got a big one coming up next week, or this week right here coming up Monday night or Sunday night. Kansas City coming to town, so that's gonna be a big one. If they can get past Kansas City now, they might make some noise this year. We'll see. You know what I mean? But Kansas City's still trying to find themselves, but you know how they do. But the next game that I'm gonna go and take it to Detroit. Buccaneers over them damn Lions, man, 20-16. I don't know if the Bucks for real or Detroit just ain't ready. What's your thoughts on it,
Man,
Rod Dog?
you know right now what's going on with the Lions, man. The moment is probably too big, right? There's so much expectation going around with this team this year. It's either Super Bowl or bust. I was surprised that we're not putting up more points, man. We got one of the most, I would say, the most lethal offenses in the league. But right now, man, it's game by game with this team. We're hoping we can get past AZ this week. You know, we still
Yeah,
got a couple of guys. We went in at the training camp. We only had 5 receivers on the roster. And so they brought back some guys on practice squad. We still don't have that big receiver that most teams have. It's a lot of underneath and hitting the tight end. But if we can just stay healthy, because at NFC North right now, it's everyone has won a game in that division. So there's not but one game that separates Minnesota and everyone else. So I'm just hoping, man, they can stay healthy. But I think they projected to win by a field goal. I think they're going to win at least by a touchdown this week at AZ.
okay. But you got Williams back. It's his first year being healthy. Hopefully he'll do something at wide receiver. He cut up against
Right.
the Rams. Then you got the 1-2 punch at running back with Montgomery and what's the other
Right.
guy name?
Gibbs.
Give.
Yeah, but what's going on with St. Brown? I got him in my fantasy league, man. He's killing me right now.
It's coming.
He signed that. He got that money. He ain't producing. Like that first. I think first game I got 4 points out of him. Last week I think I got maybe like 16, 17. He did a little something last week, but yeah. What's your thoughts on the T Money?
First of all, it was a great game. I was able to watch it, and I think, like you said, when it comes down to it, I still got to see more out of Tampa for me to be on that bandwagon to say they're a pretty good team. I think Detroit's the better team. I just think it got away from them a little late, and I do think the running game is the power of that offense, but they got to keep running the ball. And Dan Campbell's a great coach. I like his his coaching style, but sometimes you can't take that jump too quick. You know what I mean? That was gutsy on that 4th down play to throw that ball because I thought he was punting, from far back where he was. But to execute, I just think the decision making is still a little, 50-50 when it comes to, going into that solid production of just moving downfield. But I mean, I don't think anything is wrong with Detroit. I do think the defense just needs to tighten up just a little bit because Arizona, Marvin Harrison Jr. showed what he's supposed to do. and Kyler Murray's going to get out the pocket, roll to the left, right, and take off. So they got to spy him, out the backfield because he's running like he never have a ACL injury. So Detroit, I think, will be fine. I just think it was one of those games that just got away from them. They learned from it, move on to next week. So that's my thoughts.
So y'all don't think Jared Goff is holding that offense back?
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
It's like last year he was looking a lot better. Like, but it's still early. It's still early in the season right
it's
now.
Early.
It's still early. It's still early in the season.
It's early.
That's the same problem he had when he was in LA. Some games he look great, and some games he just look mediocre. You know what I mean? So, and he get rattled quickly. You know what I mean? So once you start putting pressure on him, you're gonna give it up. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, you still gotta stretch that field. But y'all going to Arizona, right, dog? It's gonna be hard to win in Arizona, man. And that Kyler Murray.
That if you look at what Hutchinson did last week, he came away with 4 sacks. Man, if they can continue to put pressure on the QB1, I feel like, man, at any offense that they face, that they have a chance of 3 and out, right? Now that Marvin Harris kid, he had a big game. That was his big game. Is coming out, but I feel like this week he gonna be shut down, man. That Lions defense, once it gets going, putting pressure on Kyler Murray, I don't see them, man, putting up points like that. It's gonna be a low-scoring game, but I projected Detroit to get out of there with a touchdown.
Okay. So y'all think the Bucks overrated? What y'all think? I think Mayfield might. He's coming into his own, man. This is his second year in Tampa. Third year? What's his second year? This is his second year. Mayfield.
Second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
He just signed a new contract. He got weapons out there. He got receivers. He got running game. He got defense. That division gonna be up for grabs with Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa. Only team you ain't got to worry about is Carolina in that division. You know what I mean?
No, man. Andy Dalton, man. You never know.
Yeah. We're not worried about that one. All right, man. Look, the Vikings over the 49ers, man. It's just, we done lost 8 games to these jokers in a row. I don't know what it is about the Vikings. We don't match up with them. Last year, Monday night, they blew us out. They didn't have Jefferson. They had backup rookie receivers in there. Kirk Cousins tore us apart. And Kyle Shanahan, he comes out to start the game. First 3 plays is passes. You know what I mean? We don't care. They know we're going to run the ball. They can't stop us from running the ball. We was averaging 5 yards a pop, and he want to keep passing. Same thing he did in the Super Bowl. He want to keep passing. Man, control the clock, run the ball, make the game shorter. Right, dog. What's your thoughts on it, man? You think the Vikings
that 97-yard catch by Jefferson, man, that had to be the play of the week.
Yeah.
How many times do you see a wideout, man, catch one like that and take it to the distance?
Take it to the house. Yeah.
The last time was with Moss, Randy Moss.
But man, Minnesota is one of those teams, man, that look different this year than they did last year. They got an older quarterback. They still got weapons, and right now, man, they're playing good ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we know the season is a long season, so we'll have to just see what happens, after a few weeks. But right now, he got the weapons. He got those receivers out there. Man, they can put up points. Everyone thought I had San Fran in that game too. They're the better team. But even on any day, any team can be beat. So I think San Fran they'll be all right. They'll recover.
Yeah, any given Sunday, anything can pop off. But Sam Darnold, I think he learned last year when he was with us. He did his thing because when Jefferson got hurt at the end of the third quarter, I'm thinking like, okay, it's over. Man, Sam Darnold took them on almost a 7-minute drive and scored on us. You know what I mean? It would have been a touchdown. They had a penalty. They got that field goal. I was like, wow. Man, he did his thing. What's your thoughts on it, T Money?
Like you said, man, you got a guy in Jordan Mason. Over 20 carries a game. Coming up over 120 a clip. What I don't understand is I don't mind a boring game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to have 350 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. Give me 25 carries, man, for averaging 5 yards a carry and get to the goal line and score. I just think that, like you said, y'all are just suffering with injuries right now, with CMC, with Debo. Now you got to see what Ayuk is going to do without Debo. He's going to be the primary option now. So you got to see how that works. Then you're dealing with Kittle. I think Kittle's having some hamstring injuries, Mr. C.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're dealing with that too. So it's just, I mean, like you said, there's just some teams, man, you just can't beat. Like, it don't matter what you throw at them. It don't, like when Dallas plays San Francisco, it don't matter how good I think we are. We can't beat y'all. It's been like that for years. It's just certain teams, it just don't, I don't know. It just doesn't come out on top like you want to. But I mean, overall, man, like you said, the game itself, good game. Like I said, just the decision of just that passing over that run. You got to run the ball, especially when you got an offensive line like yours with Big Trent on the end. You got holes opening up to hit the gaps. Just run the ball. Slow it, like you said. Let the clock tick down. I mean, if you got to pass in one of those situations, I'd rather for you pass on 3rd and 4 than 39. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you know the pass is coming. And the only time you go run a draw is when you know you out of field goal range just to move up so you can punt the ball. So I think, like you said, just get through that game. Who y'all got next coming up this weekend?
We got the Rams in LA.
Oh, that's right.
It's
Yeah.
battle banged up teams.
Yeah, exactly. See who come out on top.
Yeah. But shout out to Flores, the defensive coordinator from Minnesota, man. He had a great game plan. Got to give him props, because without him putting that game plan together, it wouldn't have been no game. You know what I mean? He had them boys ready to play.
Yep.
But check it. Oh, don't forget, if Jones didn't fumble, they really would have blew us out. If Fred Warner didn't pop that ball out on the end zone, they'd have been up by double figures. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah. Fred Warner had an interception and a forced fumble. So he was doing his part, man. But yeah, shout out to Fred Warner, man. One of the best linebackers in the NFL. I gotta put it out there a little bit,
Oh no, respect that.
All right. On to the Cowboys, New Orleans Saints game. Man. I try to get best with every Cowboy fan I knew, but nobody wanted to bet me though. I'm gonna start with you, T Money. What's your thoughts on it, man? Is New Orleans for real, or y'all just had a bad game, or what is it, man?
New Orleans is for real. That Shanahan tree is real, and that offensive coordinator came from under Kyle Shanahan, and I was seeing the same plays that San Francisco runs on us, where they drag to the hard left, take the whole line, or they come back with a play action. It works every time against that Dallas defense, man. Disappointed? No. Surprised? No. We haven't been able to stop the run for I don't know how long, so I was not surprised at the outcome. I was just surprised that the offense wasn't put in the best opportunity to try to score, because every time Saints got the ball, they went downfield. Guess what? We starting on our 25 or the 20-yard line rather than having them punt and we get at least halfway on our side of the 50 and try to, go back and score. So just a bad game for us, man. I think I stopped watching around third quarter. I just felt like I had more in life to do besides watch that waste of time. But again, it's one of those things with Dallas where, we are that team that's going to get talked about the most. And we're going to be that team that's going to be on your media outlets the most. We're going to be that team that's going to be talked about in a negative way the most. And these guys got to understand, I don't care if they say, I'm not listening to the outside noise. Yes, you are, because they're calling you soft on TV. They're calling you like you get manhandled and you cannot play physical football on national television. They got to do something. I don't know what else to do, but somebody calling me soft, and I ain't never met this person in my life. I got a problem with that, and I need to go out there and prove them completely wrong. Now, we can talk about what's happening on Sunday when you get to that point. But other than that, man, just got to do better on defense. I think the offense did okay. I think Dak was forced to do things that we shouldn't have had to do. And people say we don't have a run game. Well, you cannot give your running back 7 carries in a game. That's unacceptable. Slow the game down. If you're already up, you control the clock. I think we had the first quarter time of possession was 11 minutes to 4. And they still had 2 possessions of touchdowns over us in the first quarter. So, I mean, you got to be able to execute and stop trying to force things that don't need to happen. I don't think Zeke was utilized much. And they say, well, y'all don't have a running game. You're not going to have a running game if you don't run the ball. So I just feel like we got to run the ball, slow the game down, wear the defense out, and then get ready for that setup for CD coming across the middle, or Brandon Cooks hitting on a hitch route, or anything like that, man. But Saints a good team, man. Defensively, their linebackers with Mario Davis, the front line with Chase Young on one end, Cam Jordan on the other. Even without Lattimore starting at corner, they still Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama showed up Sunday. So they are a good team. And I honestly do believe they will take care of business against Philly come Sunday too, because I think that's how good they are. Underrated.
I think it was 35-16 at halftime. I think pretty much Dallas was already done. It was too hard to come back from that. You know what I mean? That's at home. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on it, Rod Dog? What you think about it?
One of the things that stuck out the most was how well those Saints were able to run the ball, especially up the middle.
Yep.
Anytime you can run the ball effective as they were, I think they had 3 different ball carriers that was averaging at least 4 yards a carry. So if you look at the statistics, I mean, they were able to get first downs, keep the chains moving. It's going to be a long day when the team is able to control that line of scrimmage. So going forward, the Cowboys got to figure out, how they're going to beat, because that's the blueprint right now to beat the Cowboys. Run the ball. Right? And so they're going to have to stop that run, right? I think once they figure out how to stop that run, maybe bring in more guys within the box, they'll be able to be successful. As far as their offense, man, I mean, they got the tools, right? But when you're 3 and out, you keeping that defense out there that long, man, you're setting yourself up, because eventually these guys gonna make a mistake, and that's just the way it is. You try to keep your defense off the field as much, so you can sustain drives and give those guys a chance to get a blow.
Right.
But yeah, I think going for, they got exposed, man. Everyone's gonna run that ball against those Cowboys. So let's see what happens this week. See whether or not they are able to adjust and then correct those mistakes.
Yeah, because we're going to get into their matchup real soon for next week. But we got 2 more upset games. The Packers over the Colts. I didn't see that one coming with Jordan Love being out. They got Malik Willis. This is second year or third year? This is second year. He was with Tennessee 2 years. This is first year with Green Bay.
Yeah, so this is third season. Yep.
Yeah, and he really ain't had a chance in Tennessee. Right. You know what I mean? So I didn't see that one going down, because I'm thinking Richardson from week 1 when he went against Houston, he balled out. You know what I mean? But they lost 16-10. You know what I mean? I was just like, wow. What's your thoughts on that, Rod Dog? I'm gonna pass it back.
Man,
to you.
When I saw them bring him in August, I figured that the Titans were ready to move on, right? And sometimes, some of these young quarterbacks, if they get a different scenery, a different system, sometimes they improve. Mayfield did it. A couple other ones did it. But I like this Willis guy. When he played at Liberty, watch a few of his games. I felt like that Tennessee wasn't a good system for him to be in. The scheme there is different, and that I think now he's in a good organization, the Green Bay Packers. Seems like every quarterback that gets the opportunity at Green Bay does well, and so I'm waiting to see, if he gets to play again this week, which I think he will. How he perform, going into the second game of his start. But I'm rooting for that guy, man. He was one of those guys that I thought I was hoping the Lions could have gotten, but Tennessee picked him up, and let's see what this brother does if he gets a second start coming up this week.
Yeah, because they got Ridley, they got D Hop. Who they got another receiver over there too? I forgot
Yeah.
who the third receiver
Tyler
is.
Boyd.
Yeah, Tyler Boyd. Then they got a running game, but the quarterback Levis, he's just turned the ball
Garbage.
over.
Garbage, man.
Garbage, garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah, yeah, garbage. You said it. What's your thoughts on the T Money? Because come out of the SEC. He came from the SEC. What's good with
Yeah.
that in the SEC?
Florida.
Nah, he wasn't from Florida. He's from Kentucky. He's from Kentucky. He played in Kentucky. He was a quarterback in Kentucky.
That's
He
right.
looked good.
Levis. I thought you was talking about
Yeah,
Richardson. My bad. My bad.
yeah, he looked good at Kentucky. You know what I mean? But body wise, he got a body. He fit the bill. But upstairs, he
Just the
just ain't.
mental. Yeah.
Yeah, it just ain't. He just ain't ready yet. He ain't there yet. But
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on it though, T Money?
I was shocked too. I mean, I had the Colts winning in my pick'ems. I just thought that, like you said, without a Jordan Love, that Malik Willis was just not going to be, outstanding. I just thought he was going to play his game. I was not expecting Josh Jacobs to have a big running day like he did, but I should have known because Joe Mixon ran up on the Colts in the first week. So I look at it like this, man. Coaching matters. And like Rob said, you go to an organization where the scheme fits, the culture is different. It's a new breath of fresh air to just go out there and play your game and play your style of how you play it. And everybody else rallied around him. I thought it was a great win for them. I'm disappointed with the coach though, man, because when you got someone like Anthony Richardson, and then you're running back in JT, and you got skilled receivers with Pittman, with Pierce and Downs and Mitchell, you and your tight end, you have a squad. But I just think defensively, they can't stop the run either. They worse than Dallas. I mean, at least we could contain, but they just each week. I'm telling you this now. When they play Tennessee, if I did hear that Jordan Love was practicing today,
Yeah,
so
he
he
might come
might
back.
play Sunday. But if he don't, Malik Willis would go in there and beat his old team, and I think he would show up and show out. But I do think when it comes to that, though, you got to be better with the execution on the coast when it comes defensively, because you got to stop that run. You cannot have two back-to-back weeks of over 100. I think both of them was over 125 yards rushing both weeks in a row. So I was really, really surprised with that W. But good win by the Packers, though, man. They held it together.
Yeah, Jacobs had 32 carries, a buck. Was it 157?
150 something, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but no touchdown. Because I had it in my fantasy. If he got a touchdown, I'd have been like with 40 points right there. But yeah, he balled the hell out.
But PPR, you was full PPR, you 32 carries. I mean, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. Last upset, man. I didn't see this one. I didn't see this one either. The Raiders over the Ravens. I don't know what's going on down there in Baltimore. I don't know what's going on with Lamar. I don't know. You got the running back over there. You're not feeding them. What's your thoughts on that, T Money? What's your thoughts on it?
First thing I noticed, why you got a big running back like Derrick Henry running out of shotgun?
That don't work.
I don't understand how you have a big back sitting back there with Lamar, and then you're gonna hand the ball off to him like he's gonna just speed up and go. He needs to be in an out formation, single back, two tight ends, and you hand the ball off to him with a running start, and he gets going. But you sit back there and you hand it off. He's got to figure out which direction he's trying to go, if he's going to hit the outside or hit in the gap. That gives the defensive line plenty of time to try to bull rush the offensive line to get to him. I just think they They can't hold a lead. Fourth quarter they crumble. But luckily for them, they got a team that don't know how to finish off coming up Sunday in the fourth quarter. So this is going to be very interesting. Uh,
Talking about
so
your team like
yeah,
that.
yeah, just the truth, man. But I mean, shout out to the Raiders. They kept pushing. Gardner Minshew kept hitting up the tight end from Georgia, Bowers. Man, 9 targets, 9 catches. Come
Yeah.
on. I mean, every time they threw the ball at him, and I mean, I went back and watched some of the film too. I mean, the routes that they was running, they had people open every time. Devontae Adams with the catch with the 2 feet before going out of bounds. They have a squad too. I just think they just lack defense, but luckily for them, they get a win in Baltimore, and they got the Carolina Panthers. I think that's who they play Sunday. So they can have an easy 2-game winning streak on the hand. So Baltimore got a lot of problems though, because Lamar is off target. He's not accurate. The only receiver I trust is Zay Flowers because Rashad Bateman. Really, I mean, I don't even know who their third receiver is. It's worse than what I thought it was. And if they don't come out of Dallas with a W, you can kiss that goodbye. That's just me.
Right, dog. What's your thoughts on it, man?
Man, I think the Ravens are going to be in trouble this year. That division looks strong. Pittsburgh's back. Cincinnati is back. And Cleveland, don't count on Cleveland.
Right.
If they don't get that offense together, man, I don't see them coming on top in that division. I actually think that Cincy's going to come out of that division. But we'll have to see. Lamar just can't win those big games, man. I mean, he's doing things that he normally does, which is take off with the ball. Somehow he's got to establish a better receiving core with some of the other guys. Zay Flowers is the guy to go to, but I'm seeing more defensive zones and coverages in which they're trying to neutralize him. And someone else is going to have to step up. I know they got Derrick Henry. They got the little fast kid. He's out right now from East Carolina. But if they can get that running game going, maybe they can. They won't have to be putting in third and long.
Right.
A lot of their situations that they're facing. But like I say, man, I just don't see them coming out that division this year. With the way things are going, they can't afford to lose too many division games and expect to make the playoffs. So hopefully, man, we're hoping to see Lamar get that offensive going and put up those MVP numbers that he did last year.
I see Lamar got a new toy and likely because he's not throwing the ball to Andrews at all. Andrews had 2 catches the first game. I think maybe 5 game 2. You know what I mean? Mark Andrews was his go-to. That was his safety valve. But he's pushing it down the field with likely, and I think he just needs to spread the ball. They need to run the ball, establish the run. They're taking Henry out the game on third down anyway. You know what I mean? So you're not going to run it. So
right.
That whole who's the offensive coordinator over there now? And it I thought they had somebody new. It might be somebody the same guy from last
No,
year.
they got rid of they got a new OC because I think the one that was there. I think it's Todd somebody. I can't think of the last name. But I know they got a new coordinator because the one that they had, I think, went out and is I think he's at Seattle Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha. Well, look, let's kick it off for Thursday night. We got the Patriots playing against the Jets in Jersey. Right now, they got the Jets predicted to win, but I think the Patriots are going to pull the upset. Quiet as kept. Mayo got that defense looking good, got the offense running right. I don't think the Jets, it's Aaron Rodgers, but still, he ain't Aaron Rodgers of 5-10 years ago. You know what I mean? And he come off that injury. But I'm gonna pass the mic to you, Rod. Dog, what you think, man? What's your thoughts on it?
I'm gonna go with the Jets, man. Our Detroit finest, Sauce Gardner, the guy we call Sauce. He represents Detroit well. But man, Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. I know he's an older Aaron Rodgers, but once he gets going, man, I mean, the Jets can move that ball. I think the Patriots, is one of those teams that's going to be on the rise. But the Jets playing at home tonight, I think they're gonna get that W.
Okay, okay. See, money. What you thinking?
I like the Jets too. First home game. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been back there since his injury last year, so I know there's a lot of emotions going into the night. Now I do feel like it's going to be a very close game because of that Patriots defense. Because I do feel like I think it's Christian Gonzalez can lock up with Garrett Wilson. I don't know if he's going to travel with them, but I think that's going to be a good matchup. And like you said, with Sauce, I don't know the receivers like that in New England to understand how they're going to come out on top. But I do think it's going to be one of those games too. It's going to be a lot of running because with Ramondre Stevenson, because the Jets. I mean, the Jets defense is not being the Jets defense I've been expecting to see these past couple weeks. So I know New England will be in this game somehow, some way. I don't think it's going to be any type of blowout. By chance, anybody know the spread for tonight?
6.5.
Jets?
Yeah.
I think Patriots will cover that. I honestly think it'll be that close.
Yeah.
I think because, like you said, Aaron Rodgers of old, but I think he'll start to warm up as it gets towards after that first quarter of the season. So around week, 6 or 7, he'll start warming up, getting more in rhythm. But tonight, I just think Jets are the stronger, better team to come out on top.
See, but Patriots got Stevenson running that ball. Then they got Hunter Henry at tight end. He's
catching that ball.
Last week. Yeah, he had like 7 passes last week. So per se, he's doing what he's supposed to do, nickel and diamond down the field, running the ball. So if they can control that clock, man, it's gonna be close. It might go down to a
close. I don't see the 6.5. If Jets come out more than that, I'd be surprised with that one.
Okay, hold on. We got somebody coming to the stage. Coming out of Philly.
Oh.
We got Ed Lover joining us. What's going on, Ed Lover?
Welcome to the
show, man. Everything is good. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What up, though?
Everything gravy, man. Everything gravy.
Hey, Ride Dog. Ed Lee from Westover.
Westover. All right.
Yeah.
With PF.
So, Ed, we going over. Go ahead, Rod.
You live in Philly?
No, I'm in Charlotte.
Okay. Oh, okay, QC. All right. I thought you was Philly, so I would ask you South Side, North Side. All right.
Hey,
right by the Rocky statue.
Rod graduated with Garrett. They went to school together.
Okay, Pine Forest.
Yeah.
I live in Detroit, up in the Detroit area, though. No.
Okay.
But game picked out. The game I'm looking for this week is the Texas and Minnesota. I think that game's gonna be fire. It's in Minnesota too. So I want to see how CJ Travel go to Minnesota, going against that defense. But they got Diggs over there looking like
Nico Collins.
Again. Yeah, man.
They got those weapons over there, man. Those boys are hot now. The Texans.
We'll see what kind of game plan Flores come up with to go against CJ. But what's your thoughts on it? Go ahead, Ryan. What you got on it, man?
I got the Texans, man, winning big.
In Minnesota?
Yeah, 10 points.
10 points?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's damn. I don't know. I think it'll be closer than that. I think it might be a touchdown game. You know what I mean? No more than 7. But we'll see, because it depends on the turnovers too. If Sam Darnold don't turn the ball over, they can establish that run. Hey, it might go score to score. It might be one of the low scoring games, like 21-20 or 21-13. What's your thoughts, T Money?
Listen, when you leave a team, when you go somewhere else, if it's good blood or bad blood when you leave, it's always good to come back to show they shouldn't have got rid of you. regardless of how you feel about the organization. So I say that to
Talking
say
about Diggs.
I think Stephon Diggs is going to go in there and wreak havoc come Sunday.
Okay.
I think they're going to eat up the middle. I think CJ is going to make it his point to find him. And I think they come out on top in this game. And I think they will win between 7 to 10 points as well.
Okay.
Just because of the fact that I know I trust CJ Stroud double time than Sam Darnold, and that's that.
Oh man, we got a deacon come. How you gonna be a deacon and you come late to the service?
Hey Doc, I ain't the deacon. I'm the pastor. I'm the pastor.
Well, you the pastor. The church started at 11. You supposed to be here at what time?
Doc, I gotta make an entrance. You ain't gonna believe me if I don't make an entrance.
Oh man.
What's going on, brothers?
Evening.
We got a Big Los over here. Big Los from Douglasburg, Rod. He graduated in 93 with me. He went to A&T also.
Yeah.
That's what's up. South Georgia. South Atlanta? Douglas.
South Atlanta.
Yeah.
No, he actually in Tennessee right now.
I
live in Nashville.
Nashville. Okay. I just did a family reunion there in Murfreesboro.
What? Murfreesboro, okay. Right down the road.
Yeah, I stayed in Franklin. That's what the hosting hotel.
Yeah, that's where everybody stays at. That's where that big money at. That's where that big money at right there.
Hey man, I went downtown to some street. They had honky tonk. Every bar was honky tonk.
Oh yeah, and, you were down on Broadway.
Yeah, white girls wearing short skirts and Daisy Duke shorts, man. I was like, hey,
I don't go to those places no more, man.
Man, I was like, man, what's going on down here? Hey, man, but it was a nice time, though. Good people, good food.
Yeah, they ed a lot of good food down there, man.
Yeah,
that's what's up. That's up. But Los, we talk about the Minnesota playing the Texans. I got Ed Lee. Ed Lee, what's your thoughts on that, man? Who do you think gonna pull that one out?
I got Minnesota pulling that one out, man. I think they're gonna win it. Like you say, it's one of them personal games, and also they on a winning streak, which it's only the third game, so I don't even really like to say the word winning. I mean the phrase winning streak, but I feel like you said, like my Dallas fan said, I believe he gonna try to show out. You know what I'm saying? And with them their confidence being high, coming off 2 wins. Their game plan is working. I think they're gonna take it personally. That's my prediction. Now, by how many? It could be within. It could be 7. It could be by field goal. But I got the Vikings winning that.
So you got the Vikings over the Texans.
I do.
Big Los, what you got?
Ooh, man, it's still hot. So Texas, I gotta go against you, Ed, on that one, man. Them boys, they was looking nice the last game. So, and hey, they won one on the road. So yeah, when you went on the road, that shows you got certain strengths. And I like CJ Stroud too. I like that dude. So I think it's gonna be close. But I think, like you said, I think it's going to be a field goal. I think this is a field goal game.
Okay. Well, moving on. We got the Eagles going to New Orleans. New Orleans 2-0. Hold on. What you got, T-Buddy?
I just want to go first. That's all.
All right. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Pat. I'll pass the mic. Go ahead, man. What you got?
Look, man. We was talking earlier before Ed got on the podcast about how it comes to coaching, and I do believe that Eagles will go down there and change up the game plan and realize your number one player is Saquon Barkley. I trust him to go back and make up from that drop last week. I trust that Jalen is going to get his yards. I trust Devontae Smith going to have a great game. But at the end of the day, I do think the Saints will come out with that win. I do think they will win close. I don't think it's going to be a shootout like it was against my Cowboys last week, but I do think just because of the home field, and that's it, that they'll come out with a field goal as far as the separation of the score. So tight game, good game, but I think New Orleans will just get the ball back last drive, fourth quarter, and go down and just kick a field goal to win the game. So that's my thoughts.
What's your thoughts, Ed Lovin? I'll let you follow up. That's y'all go on the road. You going to the Big Easy?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. However, I got us pulling it out. I got us learning from what happened last week. You know what I mean? I got us coming back and fixing those coaching mistakes to get ahead early. Although I do think it's going to be a close game because we're not playing great. We're not playing like it's good that it's early in the season and it's not late in the season. Because if it was late in the season, but I got us probably. I think it's going to be a close game, but I got us pulling it out off of pride. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go ahead and say that, of course. But I mean, right now, I mean, what else did you expect me to say? I mean, you know what I mean? I think we're going to we 1-1. I think we're going to go down there, fix everything. And but like I say, the Saints, like they not playing bad. So I think it's going to be a tough game. I mean, it's going to be a straight up chess match. But I think we're going to pull it out in the end. And I think we're going to focus, like he said, I think we're going to focus on what's working. You know what I'm saying? And keep moving from there and try to grow from there. But I got us pulling it out. I'll say I think it's gonna be close though, but I don't it ain't gonna be no, it ain't gonna, I don't think we're not gonna blow them out or nothing like that. But I think in the end we're gonna come out with it.
Okay. Rod Dog, what's your thoughts on it, man?
Man, I got those Saints winning. AJ Brown looks like he's gonna be out again this week. Which is their receiver number 1. I know Devontae Smith is playing decent ball, but he's normally their number 2 receiver. I do see them being able to slow down, Saquon this week. I know he had a big game last game, but I think that the Saints gonna get it done, and I'm predicting at least a field goal. So I think the Saints will end up getting that W.
Big Los.
I gotta go with my man Ed Lovin right there. Eagles. I'm calling the Eagles, but I think the Eagles are a different caliber team. New Orleans, they're doing great. They checked their two games in the beginning. But Eagles play at a different speed. And then, hey, like I said last week, only reason I think they lost last week is because they was in Brazil. That was my opinion. So New Orleans is not Brazil. The Saints, they got a good team, but I think they're gonna go down by 10. I'm calling 10 points on it. That's my look. At least that's what I put in FanDuel.
Hey, that means you believe it.
Well, look,
so Ed,
man.
don't let me down, Ed. I got 20 on you, baby.
That's it.
I think New Orleans is gonna pull it out, man. They got too much firepower in running game and receivers. Eagles can't stop the run. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah. It's gonna be a close game, but I think New Orleans probably pull it out by 7. But Ravens Cowboys. Baltimore is coming to Dallas. So I'm gonna save you for last, T Money. What you got on that, Big Los? What you got on Big Los? You got Baltimore or the Cowboys, man?
Man, I got Baltimore all day. Come on, man. Hey, Dallas fan right there, man. You know what it is. You know what I seen on the Vine today. Dak Prescott, he down here dancing. He got a little liquor in his hand. I'm sorry. Baltimore by 20. By 3 touchdowns.
Whoa.
Baltimore 3 touchdowns.
Somebody write that down.
Write that down.
Hey, it's on recording. It's on recording.
Talk more about Good God.
Just make
Hey,
sure I get the time in this video so I send a text to him after the game Sunday. That's all I
All
want to
right.
do.
Yeah.
got you. Big. Hey, Rod, dog, what you got, man? What's your thoughts on it, man? Can't hear you.
Yeah, Ravens 0-2. I think they're gonna get a W this week. Um, I think this is the week they're gonna get things turned around. And get a W. Cowboys still got a lot of things to fix on defense. And I just still think, man, if they can't stop that run, they're gonna be in for a long game. So I got the Ravens winning at least by a touchdown.
Ooh wee. And Lover, what's your thoughts, man?
I'm going with the Ravens, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Make it quick.
I'm gonna tell you why though. I'm gonna tell you why. I mean, I'm going with the Ravens, but I'm gonna tell you why. My reason for going with the Ravens is that if the game would have been close, Cowboys looked pretty decent the first game, but the second game, if the game would have been close, then okay, you might have we made some mistakes. We know where we went wrong. We know what we got to fix. But at the rate in which at the caliber or at the caliber of blowout in which they received, they're back at the drawing board. Like
Round zero.
You at square one. Like, okay, let's put a whole you could throw that. Like, let's throw that game scheme out the window, and we're starting nothing. I mean, so they're starting from square zero. So therefore, in my mind, like a loss, if they just win, it's like, okay, that's a great feat. So starting from zero, I just don't see them turning it around with the caliber of blowout that just happened. I mean, like he said, okay, now we're not going undefeated. That's all that means. Nah, it means a little more than that. It means you got a lot to fix. It means there was some cursing going on in that meeting after the game. I mean, they got a lot to fix. So will they have it fixed by then? I don't think so. I mean, I'm gonna go on and say it's gonna take a couple of games before they get back right. Plus, I mean, a blowout like that, confidence takes a nosedive. I'll put it that way. So yeah, I'm gonna say Cowboys finna take another L.
Boy, this NFC East, hey boy, y'all be throwing down jabs at each other in the NFC.
Nah, that's respect. That's he just saying what's on paper, man. He just saying what he see on. I can't come at him like he just telling me what he see.
That's not a jab.
But since you're talking to money, what's your thoughts on it? It's your boys playing at home. Baltimore's 0-2. Y'all 1-1.
Yeah. And this ain't the team I want to play that done lost 2 games and have not won a game yet. This is not the team I want to go against. That we have a quarterback in Lamar Jackson that has gone 21-1 against NFC teams. I'm not the team that thinking he's gonna go 21-2, especially with the performance we put on defensively last week. I expect the Ravens to run the ball. I expect Derrick Henry to get over 100 yards. I expect Lamar Jackson to get about 75 because we're not going to have a spy on Lamar until they get their defense right against a team that is competitive, against a team that is playoff contention. I don't see it either. Now, if we go in there and have a 360, I'd be just as shocked as everybody else on this panel today. But I cannot pick this team because I don't feel confident that they'll be able to stop the run. And that's that, because I know they can lock up the receivers. I know that Lamar Jackson will have a hard time trying to throw the ball downfield. But if he got enough time to sit back there and let that thing go, then I don't trust that my corners are going to be able to catch up with those receivers compared to what I saw against the Saints last week. So I got to be optimistic when it comes to hopeful that they'll be different, but I don't see it either. So I'm going to take the Ravens And I do think Dallas would cover since it's just -1. But I don't see them coming out outright winning.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens too, man. I don't see them going down 0-3. But moving on to Detroit, going to AZ, going to the Cardinals. I think that's going to be a good game, man. I'm gonna pass it to you, Ed. Who you got, Detroit or the Cardinals? Hey, what's
I'm
going
going
on
with
here?
yeah, all right. This dog acting up. Come here, get out of here. I'm going with Detroit, man. Arizona, they are they having some issues with one another, man. And I think Detroit is just going to be more of a team. They're going to work together. They got some unity going. Um, Arizona got more talent, in my opinion. They got more talent. They're quicker off the ball, but they do got some beef going on their offense with some players. But I'm calling Detroit. Detroit, by a field goal, 2 field goals.
Okay, right, dog. I know you got a lot to say on this one. That's your squad. Y'all going to the desert.
Yeah, one of the things I didn't realize that Arizona's running the ball. It looks like they're ranked fourth in the NFL. So I I do believe Detroit, their front four or front three, wherever scheme they're in, they're gonna slow up that running game. I see the Detroit defense being a factor here. I do think the young guy, the young receiver they got, he's a good receiver. But I don't see him going up on every 50-50 ball, catching that ball all the time. So I'm going to say that Detroit going to probably win at least about a touchdown more. So the Lions shouldn't have any problems with AZ. They're still a young team, but I just think that the Lions right now, their defense is playing better than offense, and I think that defense can carry them over and get that W out in AZ.
Okay. T Money. Can't
My bad. I think this is one of the games I'm excited about. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think you're going to have two offenses that are going to be going back and forth downfield. Um, I think the only thing I have reservation on is what's Dan Campbell going to do fourth down situation to win the game. Is he going to punt it, trust his defense to hold up? Or is he going to go for it? It's one of those type situations because I think the spread is only 3 in this game. I do think Arizona will cover that, but I got the Lions winning though. I think they learned from their mistakes last week, and I think they understand that their Amon-Ra St. Brown has to get going. Jamison Williams would take the top off the lid and head downfield to open up that running game with Montgomery and Gibbs. So I do think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a shootout. I give it something like a 34-31 type game.
okay. Ed Lover.
I got I got the Lions pulling this one out. Just from watching the last game with the Cardinals, it was some heroic plays.
Right.
I mean, there was some very heroic plays. It was some like outstanding plays. But it was a lot of scrambling around and a lot of like breaking 2 and 3 tackles and then throwing a touchdown. Those are the type that you hate. It was a lot of like highlights, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you hate those because it's like we had you 2 or 3 times, but yet you got away. Now, if the play go that long, yeah, somebody should be open. So I feel like if they watch the tape, that I don't think you're gonna win every game like that. So I got the Lions winning, beating the Cardinals. By between, like I said, this is another one I'll say between the field goal and 7 points. I don't think they just gonna walk all over them, but I got the Lions pulling the win.
Yeah, I got it coming down to who's gonna take care of the ball the best because Kyler Murray out there running around not being touched. It's gonna be a long game, and Jared Goff is slinging that rock like he was slinging last year, hey, it can be a blowout. So, I, whoever take care of the ball the most, I think is gonna pull it out. But I got Detroit pulling it out by 7. You know, in the desert. Um, Sunday night game, we got Kansas City coming to the A. Yeah. I think Atlanta gonna be still high off that last week win against the Eagles Monday night. You know, they going to the Super Bowl down here in Atlanta now. Everybody talking about they going to the Eagles. You know how they do down here. But see, buddy, what's your thoughts on it, man? You
I'm gonna
got
make
Chiefs.
this. I'm gonna make this real quick, man. Until somebody can show me that they can beat the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, I don't care what the other team has on the other side. He finds a way to win. He was 4th and 16 last week. Threw on a 4th and 16 and got a pass interference, and they still won the game. I mean, that type of knowledge to know it's either going to be his receiver catch it or that actual defender is going to get called for that penalty. That's what you're working with when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. And quite honestly, Atlanta is good, but they got to hold even without a running game with Isaiah Pacheco. I think this is the game Travis Kelce wakes up. I think this is the game where you see a lot more of Xavier Worthy because they're gonna throw the ball downfield on Atlanta. It's gonna happen. So long story short, I take the Chiefs, and I think the spread for that one is 3. I don't even think the Falcons will cover that. So give me the Chiefs plus the points.
Okay. Los, what you got?
Man, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I got the A, man. They playing great ball. All right, they playing great ball. Kansas City, I think their running back is critical to the offensive structure. Mahomes is gonna come up short. He's gonna have a great game, but he's gonna come up short. I'm calling Atlanta. Atlanta plays a great game. They manage the ball well. I think they can get out of there with a field goal. I think so. That's just me.
Well, you know, KC signed Kareem Hunt back this week.
Yeah.
Yesterday. So
Yesterday.
he know the offense. So they're gonna pick back up at running back. But that's
He
still
know
in
the
the
offense. You know here's my contention that they picked him up today. He's getting integrated in one day. Really, because you can't count Saturday. He's got to come out there and show up Sunday after one day getting integrated with the team, and then what happens? You know, I just don't see their offense being as smooth. I see Mahomes over his problem, like you said, throwing on 4th and 16. That was that game. How many 4th and 16s is he gonna throw on, and it ain't gonna work out?
True.
So if like I said, if Atlanta manages the ball when they have it, capitalize on the mistakes of Mahomes, because Mahomes is gonna make some mistakes because the pressure's on him to perform this game. Unless they go ahead and just say, all right, we're gonna just scratch this game and work it out. He's going to win it. He's a player. He plays to win every time, but I think he's the critical piece. Without his running back ready to go, somebody said Kelce may wake up this game. I don't know. He's still over there crying about Taylor Swift, man.
What's going on with him and Taylor Swift? They broke up? Did I miss something?
Yeah. I heard they broke up, man. I heard they broke up. I don't know if they got back together, but I heard they broke up, man. I live down here with Taylor Swift. She run the world from here, man.
Okay.
So I don't think she going to the game. See, that's the other thing. I don't think she going to the game. She got some concerts or something going on. So
look, you still got Andy Reid coming to town. He's going to get Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is going to turn the ball over, man. I'm not even giving Atlanta a chance to win the game. I'm saying it's going to be 27-20. I'm going to say it's 27-10. I'm going to pass it to you, Rod. What you got, man?
Well, you know, Atlanta got a little momentum going into this game, right? That comeback drive that Kirk Cousins did against the Eagles. believe it or not, I think they're gonna upset the Chiefs. I
Oh,
really do.
There's
I
more
think
than
this is
one person.
I think this is an upset. I think Atlanta has turned the curve with that big win in Philly, and I just see Kirk Cousins getting a little better this week. And if they can run that ball effectively like they did against the Eagles, I got the Atlanta pulling up the upset.
okay, okay. Well, by how many?
It's gonna be a close one, but I see Atlanta winning at least by a field goal.
Okay. Ed Lover?
Mm, mm. I think Atlanta has a chance off how they playing. I think they got a chance. The way Robinson, number 7, has been running the ball. I mean, he's been running like a veteran. I mean, but I don't think that they will win. I think Kirk Cousins would do the best he can, but they're going up against Patrick Mahomes, and I feel like he's going to find a way to beat the Atlanta Falcons. Um, I mean, I think they got a chance, but I wouldn't dare pick the Atlanta Falcons over the Chiefs personally.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Ain't no way. That's all.
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you? And I mean, also too, is if there's one team in the NFL that you feel like can be down players, that can be down people on the line, that can be down anything, that's the one team I trust that can get their stuff together and come out and still get a W. It's the only
It's like
team
you can't count them out.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they've found that they've repeatedly found a way to win to a point where that's what they do. So I mean,
Hey,
and Atlanta normally finds a way to lose. So
Yep.
with that being said, I mean my pick would be for the Chiefs without a doubt.
And Kirk Cousins with 2 back-to-back primetime games? Nah, dog.
Too much pressure on him.
Nah.
Too much pressure.
Nah. I done, me and Ed done seen it too many times with Washington. Nah.
Speaking of Washington, we got two games Monday night. We got Buffalo and the Jags, and we got the Washington Commanders going to Cincinnati. Real quick, I got Cincinnati getting their first win against Washington, and I got Buffalo beating the Jaguars. I'm gonna pass it to you, Ed Lee. What you got?
I agree with. I got no. I got the Jaguars.
Getting their first win over Buffalo in Buffalo.
Jaguars, Buffalo. No, hold on. I got Buffalo beating the Jaguars, and I got Washington winning
over Cincy. Okay.
Yeah, I got Washington. I feel like Washington. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like they're gonna try to build off this momentum. They trying to turn their program around, and I think that I got Washington. We'll see though.
They going to the jungle. They going to Cincinnati. They're gonna be in the jungle on Monday night. You know how they're gonna be in Ohio? They're gonna be turned up. They're gonna try to get that first win.
Washington gonna be ready. It's gonna mean something to them when they get it. That's what I'm saying.
Big Lowe's, what's up, man?
I got obviously Buffalo. It's no way. Buffalo plays great this time of year, and it's in Buffalo. I don't see them picking up their first loss from Jacksonville. But I'm going with Cincinnati Bengals. I gotta go with Cincinnati. I see them turning the corner and start getting to their 500. They're a 500 team, so I see them winning this game against the Commanders. Commanders they've won one, they lost one. They got some new stuff a lot of people hadn't seen. So Cincinnati goes in this game, they got tape. So they are studying them, and they're gonna prevail. They're gonna get this first W.
Okay. Rod Dog, what's up, man? What you got?
Oh man, I got Cincy. Uh, Cincy should have beaten the Chiefs. That was a close game, but I think they're gonna get it done this week. I like the young quarterback at Washington, but I just don't think they have enough weapons to get past Cincy. In the other game, I got the Bills Mafia taking care of business
Mm-hmm.
and getting another W. Shouldn't be any problems going down and playing against the Jazz. They're a better team. They have a better defense and also a better offense. So go ahead and give the Bills a easy W for them.
Gotcha. T Money.
I'm gonna save you some time. Buffalo, Cincinnati. Ain't got nothing
That's
to
it.
say on top of that.
Yeah. well, I wasn't gonna talk about this one game, but since we got the pastor slash deacon on here, we're gonna
Oh,
talk about
wow.
the Raiders and the Panthers. You know, you're a big Panther fan. I'm gonna see what he say about this one. We got the Raiders coming to town. I'm gonna save you last, Los. No, go ahead. Los, I
No,
want you to
no,
go
go
first,
ahead.
man.
I'll go last. I'll take. Go ahead. Give me the abuse.
All right, T Money, what you got, man?
From a person that was born and raised in that great state of North Carolina, um, to see what the representation of that state is right now has been dreadful. I think Bryce Young deserves better. I think he was put into a bad situation, bad culture. I don't think changing the quarterback is going to fix their problems. It's just going to make their problems look better than what they are. Um, but when it comes to the running game, Raiders you can run on. And if they can give Hubbard the ball at least 20 times, they may have a chance because it took everything for the Raiders to keep staying in the game against Baltimore last week. But however, you got to go across the other side of the world to get to Las Vegas. And I do think Gardner Minshew, Devontae Adams, Zamir White, and boys come out on top. I don't see it being a big blowout game, but I do think Carolina does score a touchdown. That's my thoughts.
It's in Carolina. You know it's in Carolina, right?
Carolina?
Yeah, it's in Carolina.
Oh, okay, that don't change nothing.
I just want to make sure you know it was in Carolina. Hey, what you got, Rod?
Man, right now the situation going on with that young quarterback in Carolina, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I know he's gonna be the fall guy this year. After they fired last AC, I don't see Carolina winning about 4 games this year, and so the trade they did to get that number one pick now it's starting to look like it blew up in their face.
Mm.
The Bears are at 1-1, and the Carolina Panthers at 0-2. So I don't know what's up for the future of the young guy. I do know, when you bring in a new head coach, sometimes they move on. Wherever got the last guy fired, they definitely don't want to get them fired. So I understand that, the business side that they had to make a move. But hopefully, Carolina can continue to develop and get better each game. But I don't see the Raiders. I see the Raiders getting the W down in Charlotte this week.
Gotcha. And Lover.
I go with the Raiders. I don't. I mean, I don't like again, like the way they look, the way the Panthers look right now. I mean, it's kind of a no brainer as far as like if you think the Panthers are gonna win, you got hope. You know what I mean? You're not giving up. You know what I'm saying? I go with Raiders all day.
Yeah, the Panthers got rid of their receivers, they running backs, they linebackers. They got rid of everybody. And boy, he don't have no protection. He has no protection on the offensive line. But Los, I'm gonna let you close it out. What you got, man?
All right.
Take your time.
This is it. It's hard to think about, but it doesn't bode well making a change. I'm not a change guy. When you make a bold change, you can't have the expectation that that's going to fix everything when we talk about the NFL. The NFL, not for long. So everything changes. However, it's inevitable. They have a recipe to win, and here's the recipe. Las Vegas has to have a horrible game. They have to have probably the worst game in the NFL for Carolina to win. And the reason why I say they got the recipe, they got a lot of questionable players for on defense. They don't know what their defense is going to look like, and we don't know what Carolina's offense is going to look like with the change. Now it may go well. I hope, like Ed said, I hope they win. I want them to win. That's the silver lining in this dark cloud. Is we got two misnomers. If Las Vegas come out there full intact with the same team they had last week, lights out. If these questionable players on their defense show up, the humidity in Allegiant Stadium is not going to help us. So I just, only thing I can say is we look forward to playing Atlanta. We look forward to playing Atlanta because if what you guys say is true about Atlanta, Kirk will find a way to lose that game for us, and that'll get us in there on the W column. But I gotta be honest. Las Vegas looks like they're gonna live up to what the odds are for this game. That's my honest assessment.
And that's Anthony Dalton come out there and have the best game of his career and throw for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns. Yeah, I don't see it happening either, man. I got the Raiders going ahead and closing that out, man.
Yeah.
But
they got their draft pick too for this year too, first round, don't they?
Yeah.
that should be illegal what y'all did over there, man.
Chicago gonna be shuffling, trying to get something out of that pick come next. They got their quarterback, they got their receiver.
I think Carolina got Jodeci up in the front office making decisions. That's what I love the music, but they don't know football. So they got KC and JoJo in there making the decisions because clearly they gave B Young a lot of money and then they're gonna sit him down. And then on top of that, they didn't put the money where they needed to build in this post Cam Newton era, and then go back to the decision. They gave Cam too much money. It's rippling through their decisions right now, and so giving up all those picks, doing all that to get a number one pick. They thought lightning was gonna strike twice. If I get a number one pick from the SEC, then I'm good. But it didn't work out.
Then you gave CMC away pretty much for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And DJ Moore pretty much for free.
DJ Moore.
Yeah.
We gave away a lot and then get nothing back.
Nothing in return.
We got
And
nothing
Burns
for what we gave away.
Burns going too.
Burns?
Yeah, he with the Giants.
Yeah, he with the Giants.
Man. Yeah.
So, like I said, if AD gets out there and he plays unlike anything he's played before, and those 5 players show up and don't play for Las Vegas, we might win by a field goal. But that's my hope.
You got that on FanDuel?
Yeah, I always put money on FanDuel. You got. Sometimes you just gotta go.
Well, just when they play Sunday, man, just play Sounds of Blackness, man. Optimistic. Just put it on repeat.
Says Cal Bim. All right.
Well, fellas, appreciate y'all coming through tonight, showing some love to the open pit. You know what I mean? Tell a friend to look at our video, subscribe. You see it at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to go ahead and send out the link to y'all once we get off the call, man. Y'all enjoy your evening and have a good weekend, man.
All right, my brothers.
All right, y'all take care.
All right.
Peace.